Well, Jason, it's almost that time of year where the holiday gift giving season is upon us. I'm Jason Cipriani with Jason Perlow. This is Jason Squared, and today we're going to go through the 12 gifts of Christmas. Some tech gift ideas that are perfect for this holiday season. Jason, what do you think about the AirPods Pro being a perfect gift this year?
They are a very nice gift for somebody if you really like somebody, because I believe retail they're like $249. I don't know if they're on sale this week or not. What's going on with Apple's promotions? You probably have a better idea than I have. They're great. I mean, if you have an iPhone, they are probably the most ideal, best matched set of audio, devices you can use for mobile listening. But actually, recently I've been using the Anker Soundcore Liberty Pro, which is, as you know, made by Anker, who is your favorite company that makes cable accessories and stuff.
Yep.
It's got a lot of the same capabilities, actually, of the AirPods Pro. They have all the latest Bluetooth codecs. They are noise canceling. They are, they're they're wirelessly charging. They have a USB-C connector. They have all the things that you want from a high-end mobile device, listening device. They're normally like $160. They're very high-end. This week they're on sale for $109. They're excellent. They work great with my iPhone 11 Pro. Work great with my Android devices. I was listening to an entire season of Men in the High Castle on my 10-hour flight to California yesterday because they got landed in Dallas, so they had to refuel us for 2 hours. So I managed to watch an entire season of Man in the High Castle, and I think a couple extra TV shows. So its battery life is pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, so AirPods Pro are one of my gift recommendations. They are $250. Apple doesn't really do Christmas or holiday sales at all.
No, they don't.
So you're going to want to look on Amazon. I think I've seen them down to $235, $230, somewhere in there. So you're going to save a little bit of money, but they're delayed or back ordered clear into January now. So Apple's probably going to be your best bet to get them. I have no issues with the AirPods Pro. Battery life's been great. Noise cancellation is amazing, and it's kind of boggles my mind that it can be in something so small. What other gift ideas do we have here? Let's see. iPhone 11, $699, but you can trade in and get a better deal than that. And it's a great phone. In all honesty, the iPhone 11 Pro line is a little too much phone for most people. So if you have someone who's just getting their first phone, or someone who really doesn't do everything a smartphone can do, iPhone 11 is more than enough phone for them. And if you shop around, you get a really good deal on one.
iPhone 11 is a fantastic phone. I got one from my wife. She loves it. Build quality is excellent. Of course, it's an iPhone. It's got everything you expect from an iPhone. Not everybody is an iPhone and an Apple ecosystem user, unfortunately, and that leaves us with Android. Now, you and I have gone through a lot of Android devices this year in terms of what you've reviewed, what the rest of the staff has reviewed. I've looked at a couple. The one that I was most impressed with in terms for the price was ZTE's Axon 10 Pro. Normally that phone goes for, I think, for $549. This week it's on sale for $449. Now, why do I like this phone so much? Well, it has all the parts, the components that these high-end Android devices like the Pixel 2, like the Samsung Galaxy S10 has. It's a Qualcomm 855 device. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, decent cameras, decent screen. I believe it's Android 9, but they're upgrading it to Android 10. Listen, if you don't need one of these super high-end Android flagships, it's a great device. Obviously, I would love to see a counter to the iPhone 11 Pro with the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. I think the camera on that is outstanding. Unfortunately, as you know, our president and the Commerce Department does not want these in the United States. There are, of course, other inexpensive Android devices I think that would be great gifts for teenagers. I think the Motorola G7 is a great phone for the money now. I believe it's been reduced down to, is it $179? I mean, give them a $10 case and then you're done pretty much.
Yeah, it's a good deal. Yeah, as far as an Android phone, I would have to go with the Samsung Galaxy S10. You could find really good deals on those now. They're almost a year old, March, April, that's usually when Samsung refreshes that line. So I think the best deal I found this morning, which obviously this is going to change throughout the holiday season, is $600 for a Galaxy S10 at Best Buy, which is a killer deal for a phone that is really impressive. And even though it's, this late in its cycle, it's still a very valid phone that'll last you a couple years.
It's the same basic. I mean, everyone's using the same Qualcomm hardware. They're always using the same manufacturer screen. Samsung has the best display probably in the entire industry right now, so you can't go wrong with that phone.
Yep, I agree. So I'm going to stick with the Apple theme here and also recommend an Apple Watch Series 5. This is on the higher end of the Apple Watch spectrum as far as price goes. You know, you could get the Series 3 for $199.
Yep.
But in my opinion, the Series 5 is the watch to get only because the technology is newer and more likely to be supported longer into the future. Series 3 is already 2 years old at this point, and even though the software is there, the hardware is stuck 2 years ago. So Series 5, $399 it starts at, but you can find good deals on Series 3 and Series 4, which technically has been discontinued, but still has some great hardware inside of it.
Yeah, and of course they can run the latest WatchOS 6, which is very important. I can't really counter that it's the best watch in the industry. It's the one that I wear myself, so no other recommendation other than that one.
Yep, and one last product within the Apple ecosystem, and then we'll move on to other stuff. And that's just the base model iPad. They just recently upgraded the screen to a 10.2-inch display. The smart keyboard cover is now part of the basic iPad, so you can type and use it as more of a laptop replacement. Now, it's not going to be an iPad Pro or even iPad Air, but it's still going to be fully capable of doing all the things we know and love from Apple's iPad. And really, there's only one tablet in the game right now. That's iPad, and the base model, I don't really see much wrong with it other than the starting storage at 32 gigabytes.
Yeah, it's a great device, especially at the low end. I think the value is really there. I would be careful, though, of buying even the iPad Pros on sale right now, only because we're probably getting very close to a refresh period in the next 2 months or so.
Yeah, the latest report says it's probably going to be the end of 2020, but it could be in March for all I know.
I hope not. I've been going without an iPad for quite a while.
Yeah, I know. We're due. It's 18 to 24 months is how often Apple's been updating the iPad Pro. So, if you really want a Pro, I would hold out a little bit longer, but the base model iPad is just fine. All right, so next on our list of 12 gifts is the DJI Mavic Mini drone. I've been using this thing for the last 3 weeks, testing it, and I'm someone who has never been able really to get over the hump of paying $1,000 for a drone, something that I'm likely going to crash or lose along the way. And as soon as I send this one back, I'm more than likely buying a drone of my own. It's $499 for the Fly More combo, which includes 3 batteries, a little charger for all 3 batteries, extra propellers, propeller guards, a carrying case, the controller, and the drone itself, which has up to 2.5 mile range, takes really good video, 2.7K video, 12 megapixel pictures. It's a lot of fun to fly. And I know you're not a huge fan of drones.
No, I don't like drones. Bah humbug.
Bah humbug. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun and affordably priced. I mean, DJI put a lot of technology into something. If you don't want the Fly More combo, you can buy the drone itself with a controller for $399, which is just the technology that's in there. Oh, and it's under 250 grams. I mean, that means you don't have to register with the FAA. Now, you still have to abide by all their rules. You can't go over 400 feet and restricted zones and all of that. But the 250 gram limit is a huge deal for a drone in the drone world itself.
That's awesome, Jason. They're so cheap now. They're going to have these little electronic insects buzzing all over us now. And we'll connect them to our Alexas and stuff, so we'll be under constant surveillance.
Well, I'm
Fantastic.
sure the Ring drone is just around the corner.
Yes, it is. I'm sure it is.
What's next on the list here? We disagree on this one, and that's all right. I think the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch Lite is good, not only for kids, but for adults who maybe, 10 years ago gamed quite a bit. It's small, it's affordable, it's portable. If you go with the regular Nintendo Switch, you're looking at $299, and you could dock and play on a TV. The Switch Lite doesn't dock, but you also get $100 off the price tag, so it's $199, completely portable device. But you actually want to go back to Apple a little bit here.
Yeah, well, and it's a device a lot of people don't even think about a lot of the time because we just don't see them enough. That is the iPod Touch, which the current generation iPod Touch, which is essentially an iPhone with no cellular connection on, so Wi-Fi only device. Bluetooth also, it's $199. It's got full access to the App Store and everything else that Apple does. If you got family sharing plans for things, you can give your kids your games and things like that and not have to worry about them having an iPhone, with access to, texting and whatnot. So I think, if you want access to Apple's huge ecosystem, includes their new arcade and a couple other things. I think for $199, it's a great to keep a kid occupied while you're driving around the car and this stuff.
Yeah, my kids have a couple of iPod touches. My problem with them is Apple quits updating them after a couple of years. It's not like the
Okay.
iPhone where they update them for several years. So Apple Arcade launched. My kids were excited with their iPod touches. They don't have iOS 13, which is required to run Apple Arcade. So I agree with you.
And an older one. Okay.
Yeah, and it's only maybe 3 years old, 4 years old. iPhones go back, 5 or 6 years with updates.
Right.
So it's a little unfortunate that they don't update them like they do the iPad or iPhone. But it is a great device, especially if you want to limit what you're doing on them or what your kids are doing on them. What do we have next on the list, Jason?
Well, you have Disney Plus for $70 a year.
Yep, Disney Plus subscription. You can buy gift cards. It is probably the hottest streaming service right now. Mandalorian, the new Star Wars show, is fantastic. Baby Yoda is there anything bigger than Baby Yoda right now? I don't think so. So $70 a year, you could buy a gift card, give someone a year subscription to Disney Plus. You have complete Simpsons catalog, everything else Disney. It's a ton of fun, and I know we've spent many hours watching shows on there.
Yeah, so as Yogurt says from Spaceballs, merchandising. They even have little baby yogurt now you can buy for $50 for the little stuffed animal. I have to toot our own horn now. CBS All Access, because Star Trek is cooler than Star Wars. And we've got 2 new really good shows coming out. We got Picard, right? And we have season 3 of Discovery coming out. And a couple more Star Trek shows, as I understand. Plus all the back content and all the great, CBS shows. So I have to go with our own network. I'm sorry, Jason.
Hey, I respect that. I'm not a big Star Trek fan. If I was, I'd probably be all on board. But Star Wars, all the way for me. Now, we've had debates before about smart speakers and always-on mics and stuff like that. But let's face it, people use them, people love them, and they make great gifts. I have the Amazon Echo Dot with the clock, which is $22. So it has a little LCD display behind the screen where the speaker is. So you just have to glance over and look at the clock. I think it's a fantastic gift. It's small. It fits in, tiny spaces in a home. It doesn't take up a ton of room. $22. You can't really go wrong for that.
No, it's a great device, but I would suggest that some of the other Amazon devices are on sale now. You have the regular Echo is only $59 now, and the sound quality on it is excellent. The Echo input is $14. So if you have your own existing stereo system, it's essentially invisible. It's just the audio capture part of it, and the Bluetooth part of it, and you connect it to your existing stereo or system, and suddenly what you've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on already is suddenly an Alexa, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, any of the Echo products make great gifts. $22 is a good entry-level device for someone who maybe is on the fence about putting a smart speaker in their home. And continuing on our path of constant surveillance, I have Nest Hello, which is the doorbell, Nest doorbell that sends alerts to your phones, constantly records. I have it on here. Right now it's on sale for $149. Normally it's $229 full price. I don't know how long that sale is going to last at $150, but that's a great deal. And I prefer that over Ring's Video Doorbell Pro only because the facial recognition, hello surveillance, the facial recognition and alerts, as well as getting alerts when a package is left on my front porch, blows Ring's capability out of the water. Right now, they're only motion alerts, and you always have to open the app to see what's going on. I prefer it vastly over Ring's product for a video doorbell, but you feel a little different.
I feel like, you have to make conscious choices about which of these ecosystems that you're going to hate more or use more. I bought into the Alexa ecosystem, the Amazon's ecosystem, more than I have Google's ecosystem. So I have the Ring, I had the Ring Pro, I had it hardwired to the house. I would say if you're going to get any of these devices, make sure you go with a hardwired installation rather than the battery one. Right. When the batteries run out, then your device doesn't work.
Especially in a cold climate, batteries run out faster.
You'll kill them. So definitely get it hardwired. Like I said, I like the Ring. I don't know what the current price is. I believe that Amazon's competitive with their products when there are seasonal sales like this. So I would just double check.
Yep.
But yeah, and I think as far as software, I mean, Amazon is a very proactive company when it comes to updating their apps and stuff. So I would expect them to be competitive with Google's capabilities pretty quickly.
So we're starting to get near the end of the list. I think we have 3 more to go. Let's get
Yep.
something on the list for frequent travelers or those who always say, my phone's about to die, do you have a charger? I recently tested and thoroughly enjoy using Goal Zero's Sherpa 100 PD portable battery pack. Now it's a
Very
little
cool.
pricey, it's $179, but this thing has a wireless charger built into it, has a USB-C power delivery port, 2 USB ports, put out up to 60 watts of power. So it'll charge your MacBook. It'll charge, pretty much anything you could throw at it. Right now, I think it's on sale for $135 through Goal Zero's website. I've thoroughly enjoyed traveling with it the last 2 trips I've taken. And in fact, I haven't taken any wall adapters. I've only taken the battery pack, and it's done a fine job for me.
Cool. I didn't know about the Goal Zero. Lately, I've been using Zendure SuperTank series, which is a similar device, dual USB-C 100-watt outputs, dual USB-A high-speed outputs. It's really, really well-designed product. If you take a look at the industrial design, it looks a lot like something Apple would build. It's got stainless steel construction. It's ruggedized. It's nice. Also pricey, probably around the $180, $190 range. You want to take a look at their promotions. They also have a desktop charger that goes with it, that matches it, that has the same number of ports, same type of ports, called the Super Port. I believe it's $129. Also dual 100-watt USB-C outputs with dual USB A's.
Yeah, having a portable charger that you can rely on sure takes a lot of the mental stress of traveling off, whether or not you have to, calculate your phone's going to die. It's nothing worse than trying to figure out a subway system or get an Uber and have your phone be at 20% battery. So portable battery pack for a frequent traveler, it's a must any holiday season. And the next item on our list is something that I don't think a lot of people give a lot of thought to, and that is password and account security. With the number of breaches and hacks we have almost on a weekly, if not daily basis. I know I get alerts from one of those password websites that, hey, your info was involved in another breach. I just got one last week. And I don't have to worry about it though. I use 1Password, and 1Password actually sells gift cards to family plans that you can go. It's $60 a year. You buy a gift card for $75. They have a little bit of extra, and they could add up to 5 people on the plan. So what happens is 1Password will create completely random passwords for you and then enter that information into apps and websites automatically. So you don't have to worry about remembering this 25-digit long multi-character random password. 1Password takes care of it for you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 1Password. LastPass is a good application. There's a few more out there as well. But getting someone set up with a more secure way to keep control of their accounts, especially banking stuff and all of that, I think is a great gift and something that's kind of out of, off the wall.
Yeah, cool. I mean, absolutely. I'm big on security, obviously, but yeah, it should be on our absolute front of our minds this year and going forward, given the number of exploits and break-ins and things that we've seen.
Anything else we need? Any last-minute gifts?
No, I can't think of any other than the fact to pay your credit card bills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Happy holidays, everyone. If you have any gift
Happy
ideas
holidays.
that we left out, please leave a comment and let us know what we left out or what you suggest to get someone. I'm Jason Cipriani.
And I'm Jason Perlow.
This is Jason Squared. Make sure to check out more of our work on zdnet.com.